What's up, guys? Welcome back. New week here, and welcome back to TBM Sports. I'm Mark, for those of you that do not know, and welcome to my channel where we talk sports betting each and every single day. Was one where we had a little weekend away in AC. Fun to get back. Kind of just a quick little getaway, and did some tables, did some poker, as well as we kind of lit it up until that UFC fight with the sports picks for the weekend. The MLB was very fruitful. We'll recap kind of what we saw over the weekend, and I'll give you guys my 3 best bets for this Monday. So for those of you that are new to the channel, hit that like button. Please subscribe. I do appreciate all of my returning subscribers, and let's get it, okay? We are just days away from the football season commencing, and starting to feel in the air a little bit. You wake up in the morning, you get that little fall, that little chill that goes on that this time of year when we do get ready for football season. And yeah, we got the Hawaii, the Rainbows are going to be flying, a little college football here very shortly, and preseason just doesn't get it done, okay? Just does not get it done. You can't watch the Bears go out there and put up 4 touchdowns against the Bills and get your rocks off. So it just doesn't do it. And so let's talk some MLB. Some things we saw over the weekend. We did see the Brewers win streak kind of come to an end, right? It was one of the sharper plays of the day. There was a lot of people who were betting against a win streak. That's something I don't do, full disclosure. It's something where we are either riding it or we're not, right? It's just kind of getting in the middle of a craps roll where statistics, trends, whatever it may be, just do not seem to take form when you do have some teams on a magical stretch, and that's kind of what the Brewers had. And you know, for those of you that did call the Reds, I was actually on the Reds money line myself yesterday. You know, that's just a tip of the cap. That's a luck. That's a coin flip outcome. The Reds came back, extra innings, and, you know, it is what it is, right? With the new rules, anybody can win in extras. It does favor the home team, in my personal opinion, a little bit more so. And that's kind of what we saw with the Reds and the Brew Crew yesterday, okay? So that was one worth talking about. Also, the Dodgers, 3-game sweep over the Padres, right? I do want to mention this because I do think it's relevant for the season on out. It was nice to see Mookie Betts kind of catch his stride a little bit. And that lineup, I will tell you guys this, right? I know a lot of the comments I get are about basically anti-Dodgers love. Can't bet the Dodgers, don't bet the favorites. But I will say one thing. We are at the bottom of the market for the Dodgers, which is a very kind of weird thing to say, right? You know, they're kind of like that, the old Yankees, maybe even kind of the Patriots with Tom Brady. You know, you go down that territory to the Celtics, you know, just some of those workhorse teams that just, they have inflated lines no matter who they're playing. It's just, they're going to be chalky no matter what. And hasn't really been the case, right? The Dodgers have been on a little bit of a slide statistically, offensively, just not really there, right? That's a team that I look to score 6+ runs a game, day in and day out. And we did get that kind of yesterday, and it was a great weekend for the Dodgers. But, you know, that's kind of where I'm trying to not time the market, but kind of feel it out, because I do think we're going to have some opportunities to hop on that Dodgers run line, because I do think that they are going to flip that switch as we get closer to the postseason, okay? So that's just a couple things worth noting. The other thing kind of over the weekend was the game in Williamsport. You know, it is what it is. Historically, those have always been unders, but we saw a hit parade between the Mets and the Mariners, and kind of a fluky game as well, as the Mets took down the Mariners 7-3. I don't know, just kind of a weird, kind of almost a all-star kind of feel to it, like a celebrity game. It didn't really have a good vibe to it. You saw the back and forth between Soto and Julio Rodriguez, and it was good to see kind of some of the players for the Mets come on fire, okay? And that's something where you look into kind of what the Mets did last year in the postseason. You know, whether or not that happens this year, that's a whole nother conversation, but the Mets have been definitely one of the more underperforming teams, I think, as we handicap them here on out, okay? But let's get into the best bets today. We're just going to talk about these 3 games, and we'll get you guys on your way. The first game on the card that we are going to look into is the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, I believe it's Gossman going against Paul Skeens, and historically, I'm always kind of the guy that has made a lot of money fading the Paul Skeens train. It's not a an avenue where you have to kind of do it every time, but I do think there are some shots where we do have some inflated numbers just because of his expected pitching deliverables, I should say. But this is a spot where I do think he does come through. The Blue Jays have been on a little bit of a tail slide, if you do want to call it that. But also, I do think Gossman comes to play today as well. I'm going to be backing the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Blue Jays going under the total of 7, minus 112. That will be my first official play. It's a whole 7, right? I'm not going to get involved if it drops to 6.5. I want that 3-3 extra innings, 4-3 outcome push if we do get there, okay? The next game, we're going to kind of feed off the narrative within the Dodgers, within the run expectations, okay? And this is where I found on BetJack, if it's not available, you can shop around. Down below, I will have a promo code for oddsjam outlier. Those will give you the best numbers available in real time. So shopping around does play a difference. Now, 10.5 at Coors Field is a low total, okay? I'm going to take the over. I think the Dodgers break out in this game. I found that at minus 128. I know it's a little bit more juice, and I like the lay for a total. But I think that with Yamamoto pitching for the Dodgers, I think the Rockies are going to get to them a little bit, and I do think the Dodgers win the game. So if the Rockies put up 5 runs, this one will cash, as the Dodgers will have to score at least 6. I like this a little bit better than the team total, especially if we get the Dodgers scoring 10 or more in this game, which could very well happen, okay? So I do like the Dodgers, Rockies in Coors Field. We're going to go over the total of 10.5. Now, the next game, this is one where we do get Nestor Cortez and the likes of Robbie Ray between the Padres and the Giants. Now, the Giants we're on a little bit of a tangent, but that they have seemingly returned back to earth, and they have been kind of shaky. Okay, Robbie Ray was one of my kind of weird futures plays I think I had for the NL Cy Young a little earlier on in the season. Some regression or reversion to the mean, I should say, between what he's been able to bring to the table. And if you saw last night within the Dodgers-Padres game, they could put offensive pressure on you probably better than a lot of teams in the MLB. I still think that they have a strong shot to come out of the NL West. I know I favor the Dodgers a little bit, but it's still a narrative worth talking about, as you will get some plus money within the Padres. And I think after losing 3 straight, the Padres, they return home, and backing Nestor Cortez, it might be a little bit of a shootout. Look for the Giants' bats to stay down, and I am going to fade the Giants in this matchup. I think the Padres bounce back. I found them at a minus 133 money line. It's a little bit juicy, but still a play that I'm willing to make. I think the Padres bounce back tonight and get back into the win column, and those will be my 3 best bets for the Monday slate. Okay, so quick recap. We're going under the total of 7 in Pittsburgh. Dodgers over 10.5 between the Dodgers and Rockies, and we're going to take San Diego on the money line. A little late night West Coast action between the Giants and the Padres at minus 133. So appreciate you guys watching. As always, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, and good luck on your picks. Let's cash some tickets, and we'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.